time you been to a bar?
Last time? Oh my God, it's been ages. It's been ages. It's been ages since I acted fool. It's been ages. I can't even tell you what the last bar I went to. It's been a minute.
See the little BET joint? Well, I think it's like the BET Awards.
What?
And the people that was up for the Lyricists of the Year. Did y'all see the nominations?
Yeah.
Who?
It's
Big for
that shit was just
Lyricists of the Year had hold on, I'm about to pull it back up.
I don't even watch that shit.
It was a couple. Oh, so it was what was it the Baby, Meg Thee Stallion,
J. Cole.
I can't even watch that shit because I show my age.
Rap games and joke.
Oh no, this
Meg Thee
thing
Stallion.
in the joint.
Lyricist of the Year?
Yeah.
I think it's Drake. Yeah, you right, Marcus. Meg Thee Stallion, the Baby, Big Sean, Drake, J. Cole, and Rhapsody.
When was this? How long ago was this?
I think it just came out like yesterday.
Why even
Really?
make a category if
This
you
came out yesterday? Oh shit! Damn, my old ass was watching the fucking debates and shit. My bad. My bad.
I'm saying why even make the category if you're gonna put those names in it?
But the Lyricist of the Year part, I feel like it's all right. Like I said, let's just look at it from like an overtime perspective. How you not knowing that they just trying to train in the next generation to think that's what lyricism is? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So so the kids want to be having those more introspective, thought-provoking type raps. Like the deep niggas is now Meg Thee Stallion and the Baby. You know what I'm saying? Like those the deep niggas now. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. It just randomly just crossed my mind as we watching this shit. Cause like it's funny how that shit goes. But then again, it's just a popularity test. I mean, a contest at the end of the day. And they just they threw Rhapsody in there because she's a real lyricist and she's a woman. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's because she's a woman, but I'm saying is that they had to throw her in there. You know what I'm saying, to make it look more respectable.
Who's the lyricist? Who's the lyricist? Meg Thee Stallion?
I mean, for real. I mean, Big Sean is a lyricist.
Oh Lord.
He goes off sometimes. He goes off sometimes.
I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying. When he wants to.
All right.
He can be better yet.
Yeah.
J. Cole is clearly.
But that's what I'm saying. They could have like those names in Rapper of the Year or some type shit like that. But lyricists, like, come on.
Okay, so let me ask you this. So if these are the nominees, and let's say Meg Thee Stallion wins, right? Let's just say she wins. Like, do you think that there will be, like, the next day, do you think that social media will be, like, do you think that people are going to be like, what the fuck is going on? Like, do you think there'll be, like, an uproar, like a backlash on that?
Kind of expecting that.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think people
so at this point in time. No.
Like, what the fuck? Like, yeah, I think so. I think it'll be I don't think people will agree with that shit at all.
Like, you can't sit here and tell me that Megan Thee Stallion is a better lyricist than J. Cole.
Yeah, no.
Nah, yeah, exactly. Nobody's gonna go for that.
So why?
Hold on. I will say that. Yeah, for us, yeah, we will say that.
I know, but the kids don't know no better.
Exactly, they don't know no better. So
because the kids the kids are gonna be more susceptible to listen to Meg Thee Stallion and the Baby rather than listening to J. Cole or Rhapsody.
So it's not gonna be no problem
like
with this shit.
At the same time,
I guarantee you, if you probably go to the average 8-year-old, they probably know who Meg Thee Stallion is, and they know who fucking the Baby are, but they don't know who J. Cole is. They don't know who all these Rhapsody, all these other lyricists.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So it makes sense why if Meg's the Stallion, like I think I've said this shit before, like a lot of shit that's in media, we already are who we supposed to be. They didn't already did their job with us. They working on our kids. So we over this joint thinking it's about us and us as adults getting in or The kids don't know right from wrong, so they just thinking if it's on
Mhm.
TV, it's right any goddamn way.
Right.
Just because it's on TV, they think it's right. We can be an outroar all we want. We can be upset, but if that shit is being presented to them, they see that, or I'd rather I say being suggested to them, they see that shit as like an opportunity, like something to do, something that can be done. You see what I'm saying? It's literally suggesting Meg Thee Stallion as a lyricist to kids. So now a little girl probably would, instead of giving you bars like Rhapsody, she'll think that that's what lyrics is, won't even look Rhapsody's way. You know what I mean? I
Right.
don't know. Something about what other reason would they be in that? Like you said, Randall, if it was rapper of the year, okay, that's different. But a lyricist, like why would you throw them niggas in there?
Yeah,
You know
I
what I'm
don't get
saying?
that shit.
Don't even make no sense.
Yeah, I don't get that.
Really don't. That don't make no sense.
I don't get it either.
Hey, LA better chill.
Yeah, they trying to make a little comeback.
Shit, they about to cut the shit to 10.
Anybody hear any songs from the Torey Lanez joint?
I was gonna bring that up. Nah, I really ain't giving no chance for real. Cause
Man, I listened to some of it, man. I'm just saying right now, some of that shit is fire. that's all I'm gonna say. Some of his shit is fire.
like this nigga's like super talented as an artist.
He is though.
Yeah,
That nigga is an amazing artist. He really is. Like
Marcus,
that,
did you listen to any of the new shit he got on that album?
I ain't listened to it. I ain't listened to it, but I'm not surprised if you say it's fire. I'm sure it is. Like
Man, there's some songs on there where I'm like, bro.
You know what's fucked up though? Is like
he understands.
niggas will not. My bad. I was just gonna say, you know what's fucked up is that niggas will not support black motherfuckers when they fuck over another black person, as far as a woman or whoever, whatever the fuck. But white folks, you know what I'm saying? Niggas about to be lined up to vote for Joe Biden and all them motherfuckers out there straight. I don't know, dog. I don't know, dog.
Oh, no.
I don't know. Shit.
What was you saying, bro?
Lakers in 4 though. Lakers in 4. Let's go.
He like understands like he just has that ability to know how to make like fire ass music, like point blank.
Yeah, that's true.
Like he has to know like the production side, the way like he records, like his.
I was gonna say that. He,
like the voices and the tones that he used, the cadence and shit. Like he's like a true artist. And they can real rap his ass off. Like you ever seen him like on Sway in the Morning? Or
hell yeah.
And they can rap his ass off.
Yeah.
And if you can rap.
I seen him do one freestyle for like 10 straight minutes, bro.
And this shit
But
be live a freestyle. Though.
Nice.
It don't be like written shit like it may be written like some piece of parts, but it be for real. Like it just come off the fucking top. You just going. Like the niggas are for real. Like he's an artist for real.
He is. And remember when the nigga went at what's his name? What's the dude, the light skinned dude, the rapper? He's like a lyricist. He did a song with like Eminem and Will Smith. Then he did that Joyner Lucas.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember when that battle Torey Lanez was cooking this nigga though. But I'm telling you, like that's when he got my respect as a rapper. That joint, I was like, oh no, this nigga rap. Like I didn't know that. Like I had no idea. I was like, oh, this nigga rap.
Yeah, at the same time, Marcus, it was so effortless. Like it was so effortless. Like it really like he was going hard, but it didn't even seem like difficult to him. Like he wasn't forcing the shit.
Yep. He produced a couple tracks too that I didn't even know he produced. I had to look it up. I was like, damn. I wouldn't be surprised if he just transitioned to just straight producer in a minute. You know, like not now, but like further down the road and just be behind the scenes or something.
One thing I gotta say though, like when he first started doing like the new Toronto jumps, like he gotta still fuck with the same producers he was fucking with back then, like the nigga played Picasso and shit like that. That sound was like we ain't never heard that shit before. Like that the whole Lord Knows You on Meek Mill's intro. That's played.
Yeah. Yep.
But yeah, I ain't listen to it because I just ain't. You know what I mean? I ain't want to feed into like the whole drama of this shit.
I ain't either, but I had time. I was walking around the neighborhood for an hour. I was like, let me listen to this shit on Tidal.
I probably will eventually listen to it, but at the time, I ain't just want to.
I know what you're saying though. I know exactly what you mean.
Because I feel like this is all. I think it's like a little bit of theater behind this shit.
Oh, it's a lot.
When you talk about the shooting shit,
Yeah,
it's a shaming ritual, nigga. It's a shaming ritual. Like it's only gonna make this nigga bigger.
Yeah, or vice versa.
Man, I'm telling you, I think. What do you mean for you mean or for Meg?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Like I seen somebody like paraphrase it like she got. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But she got shot in her foot. Like your foot got a lot of bones and shit. Like how are you walking around after?
Twice.
Yeah. Unless they grazed it, I like you can't have a bad pinky toe and walk.
Twice.
I'm sorry. I'm just going with common sense.
Did you see the picture she showed online? She actually showed her bullet wounds online.
Yeah, I saw that shit. I saw that.
Because there was people that said it was fake.
Nah, she got shot. Yeah, I ain't feeding into that shit though. I don't know what happened, and I don't really care.
And also when she like had the little freestyle when she's sitting down, like, oh yeah, I took 2 bullets. Like she talking like she Tupac or something. Like that ain't nothing to brag about.
Oh, I ain't hear that. That was you said she freestyle.
Yeah, she was
trying to tell you.
Sitting at her like kitchen table or something, freestyling.
She Tupac.
So she the next in line. I mean, obviously, did we have this conversation already? Well, no, I don't know if we did, but but tell me if we already did. I don't remember, but it's like a cycle in the music industry and shit. And like Lil' Kim was like the first one of that archetype. Then after Lil' Kim, you got Foxy Brown, and you got Eve. Then you got what's the last chick? Then you got Nicki. Then you got Cardi. Then you got Meg. But they all have the same image. And Randall, if you could find these images online, remember that picture back in the day that Lil' Kim took when she was like down. Yeah. She had like the little tiger outfit on and shit or something. Remember that joint? All of them got a picture like that. Cardi got one, Nicki got one, Meg got one, and obviously Lil' Kim got one. And it's all tied down. You can find this ancient picture of this like Indian goddess, and she was like the sex goddess or something, and she was doing the same posing down just like that with her leg open. So it's like they're basically using these women to kind of bring forth that energy within society, to basically be microcosms to the mother goddess, or unless that's what they call her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Basically that.
It's like moving at a faster pace now because like, did y'all see this fashion over kids shit coming out?
What? Nah.
You ain't see that shit? Boy. You ain't see this fashion over kids?
Dang. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's what that shit is though. So it was basically saying that like as far as that music industry shit, like these people still be playing out these roles and shit like that, whether they know that they're doing it or not. Like they're getting told to do these poses when it's all tied into the same shit. Like none of these photos, some of these photos you see is not by accident. Like they're actually doing symbolism and shit.
Yeah, I believe that shit. I believe that.
Here we go. I'm gonna put it up here. Like, what is the message of these motherfuckers?
You said what is who?
Like, what are we getting?
Oh,
like little grown women.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
But that's what Mark was saying. We try and teach our little girls how to be badass bitches and shit.
Yeah. That's what it is.
Not no Lauryn Hill type shit.
It's just normalize. It's trying to normalize that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? And then we had that conversation about the joint on what's it called? That shit on Netflix. That shit Cuties that came out.
Yeah.
It's just like the same shit.
Or even
But if you really think about all this is normalizing pedophilia, because why would you sexualize a child and think kids are supposed to be walking around in society looking like that? It's kind of like you trying to open the door for that shit. See what I'm saying? To me, that's what that means.
You know,
why would you sexualize a child?
Recently, like California, they changed some law about like if they changed like some age like gap. So to sort of like it's like some type of loophole for like pedophilia, and I don't want to say like the exact age or the exact law. I'm going.
You said in Cali?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard they changed some type of law. That shit is bad, man.
In Cali, where Hollywood is. So
that's bad, man.
I already know what's going on there. And the thing is, like, people say like all this shit's conspiracy theory, but like, in like Atlanta, like last month, they like rescued like 39 children, and then like 2 weeks ago, they rescued like 20-some children in Ohio. Like, this shit is like real life happening under our fucking noses, and it's not like mainstream news.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And then when they do, like you said, it doesn't get the notoriety that everything else gets. Like, yeah,
that should be the number one shit. Like, right. Shit, there should be nothing a bigger story than that. You know what I'm saying? Right. Think about that. Like, if that's what's going on out here, there should be no bigger story.
And then, like, the whole, like, I mean, if Trump is connected to Epstein and they prove it, like, I'm wrong. But Joe Biden looks like a fucking creep, and he's been caught on camera looking like a creep.
He is a creep.
If this nigga's a creep, and this nigga's also had shit to go on with, you know, institutionalized racism, you wouldn't want that nigga living next door to you. Now you want the nigga being your president? Come on. Y'all gonna overlook that? But y'all easily overlook a red hat? I don't know. Me no.
Fuck this.
I was waiting for this nigga to come back. I was like, as soon as I was like, Corey about to come right in this joint.
Because in a debate they asked the nigga Corey question, and I was like, this is a softball for this nigga.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about the white nationalist shit. Hey, but when I started researching that the whole like Proud Boy shit, they got black members. They got like Cubans and.
I was looking at it. They was giving a whole fucking interview on CNN and shit. And I was like, nigga, are you white or? I was looking at this nigga giving a shit or whatever. Like, damn, white, black. What are you? Damn, nigga, you might be me and shit. What is you? What is you?
So some of those Proud Boys. So the white supremacist groups had black dudes in it.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, for the most, you know, like all these.
That's not new though.
But all these players in the game always got, you know, the white people with the hoodies and the combat boots and the cargo pants and the, you know what I mean? They all look the same on both sides. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, they both will have a little bit sprinkled in some black people, some Asian people, Spanish people. So like, is it fully a white supremacist group, or, you know what I mean? These just people to play a certain role.
I don't know. See, and I think that might have been part of the reason why he didn't denounce them completely. You know, people say he didn't denounce the white supremacist group or whatever, I think that might be
So
the
many
reason why, because he know what they're doing. He know what their role is.
Why he choose them when there's so many white supremacist groups?
Because it might not really be a white supremacist group. You know what I'm saying? They might have a whole other agenda. And that's what I really believe. Like, I don't think that's really a white supremacist group. I think they on some other shit. You know what I'm saying? That's why he told them niggas to stand down.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, why is he could have said KKK? That's like the easiest one. That's the easiest one to condemn. KKK. Stand up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's very easy.
He said, "Which one do you want me to do? Proud Boys?"
Hey, did y'all also notice that he's preparing everybody's minds for fucked up ballots and stuff? How he kept mentioning.
He did it the first election.
He mentioned that shit like 5 times, bro. Like he was like, I know it's gonna be some collusion. I know it's gonna be this.
Who?
I'm not going.
Which one?
Trump.
The first illusion. The first election.
I did too. But Paul, Biden kept saying like make your votes early. Like, what's the importance of that?
So if you
get your ass in.
If you push your
ass in, so he's not saying no bullshit about
there's going to be delayed regardless, right? There's going to be delayed regardless.
Nah, so if you push it in early, so the president and other people have the right to say they want a recount, or they have a right to hold votes for some reason, you know, if it's affecting the world or whatever. And so I think that's why Biden is talking about get everything in early, because the later it is, the more Trump can like prolong that shit. It was one year that they didn't even elect anybody till like March, bro. This was a while ago, but that's how bad it could be. And Trump is that type of person that will delay that shit as long as he wants to. You know what I'm saying?
Like most of the Democratic states,
as long as he can legally, as long as he can legally. We're talking about somebody who loves to go to fucking court. He will send he will send lawyers to court all day, every day. It don't matter what it is. If I owe you $1, nigga,
yeah, that man would love a fight, man.
Court.
He want to go against anything.
Hey, but Shaq, is there any truth to the Democrats? The Democratic states are mostly the ones that have mail-in votes.
Yeah, they got predominantly. I think from when I looked at that, it's 63%. So that's a big amount.
So where's the collusion exactly?
Exactly.
That's the thing. But that's the reason why I think that he can push his agenda, because that's what he's going to fall back on. Is going, 63%, but that 37 or close to 40 still counts. Like
he ain't have the upper hand.
Exactly, he got the upper hand because he can blame it on them. I'm trying to tell you, this whole system, this shit is set up so he could prosper, man. All of this counting the votes is gonna be shaky as fuck.
I think it's shady regardless, but I don't know. That's just always
It's shady. It's shady. You know what's shady? Because this nigga Trump didn't win the fucking the popular vote anyway. And
that don't get you elected.
It doesn't. And that's what's fucking crazy.
President, nigga. That's not just with him.
I know that, but it's fucking crazy though. It's like being in elementary school or high school or whatever the fuck. It's like you just have to be popular or whatever. You just have to be popular. And the thing is, this nigga wasn't that popular, and he did not win the popular vote. And
hey, you know what had me dead though? when Trump was like, this nigga said, you want to talk smart with me? You finished last in your class. He said you finished last in your class. He said don't ever use the word smart with me. I was dead. Don't ever use the word smart with me.
And the thing about that is, if anybody that knows anything about these motherfuckers, we know both of them niggas finished last in their class and was C niggas, D niggas, or whatever, as far as getting grades and shit. It's like the audacity of this nigga to even come up and say that shit. So
That shit was
I guarantee Biden will be saving that shit for the last go round when it comes to their debates. I guarantee he's gonna bring up some shit.
Biden got his ass back when he was like, "Man, please, you wouldn't know a suburbs until you made a wrong turn." That shit was funny.
You wouldn't know this shit you went wrong turn, motherfucker.
Okay, Joe. It was funny.
Fuck out of here. It's like, shut up, man, please. Shut up, man, please. Would you shut up, please?
But that was like the T.I. shit when he was like battling Candace Owens, like he was doing the same shit. He
called this man a clown 2 times. 2 times. Like, all right. I was like, all right, Biden, all right.
It was easy to say.
All right. It was. I can imagine. I can only imagine, dog, just being a candidate up there with this nigga Trump. It's like I'm not taking no sides or nothing, but I can just only imagine, dog, just being up there with a nigga that is everybody know he's a fucking pathological liar. A pathological liar.
Your job.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not taking no party lines as far as stances or whatever you want to vote for, whatever policy you want to vote for, but everyone knows he's a fucking pathological liar, and you're gonna talk to me like this. It's like, dog, come on.
Isn't that their job?
Yeah, but it's like you can see. I can see that this nigga Biden was so. He was trying so hard not to. He was trying too hard not to fucking say some reckless shit. And the most reckless we got was, all right, please shut up, man. You're this fucking clown. Dog. If it was in, let Kamala Harris had been up there with motherfucking Trump, dog. Let Kamala Harris have been up there with motherfucking Trump. Somebody. Michelle Obama, somebody, dog. They ain't not having that bullshit. It don't make no sense, dog. He's talking too much dumb shit. Too much dumb and talking out of pocket.
Y'all feel me though when I be saying like when race is the issue and why do people think president's gonna resolve the issue of race? Like,
yeah, that's not gonna happen. I definitely feel you. It's not gonna happen. I definitely feel you, and I definitely understand. Yeah, no, it's not gonna happen. But I mean, just having common motherfucking sense. You should know who to fucking vote for out this joint. Is if you're gonna participate in the shit anyway. You know, I know niggas have their own shit or whatever as far as if they want to not vote or say it's all a fucking scheme and we need to shy away from the shit or whatever. But at the end of the day, if you're gonna participate in the shit, this election, you should know who you're gonna vote for. If you're a humanitarian, fucking human being anyway, at the end of the day, you should know who to vote for. It's too much stupid shit going on out there, John.
I don't think that's true though. I think people, you know what I'm saying, like once again, I think people always had that interest.
Oh, welcome back. I want to say welcome back, Alex.
People always had that interest in play, regardless of, you know what I'm saying, like policies or not only different policies, but it's also like the actual narrative that they want to see. So, I mean, if the narrative is that you want to see is, or not even if the policy that aligns best with you, it's not even like a common sense. Like some people might legitimately think Joe Biden is a better candidate than Donald Trump and vice versa based off of their own, you know what I'm saying, like beliefs. So it's not necessarily a common sense thing, especially because once again, common sense isn't common. You know what I'm saying? So like the policy that aligns best with you, like, so, you know what I'm saying, like the policy that aligns best with you could be Trump's policies, but you in your heart, you might feel that Joe Biden might be the better candidate. But at the same time, that aligns best with you and your family is Donald J. Trump, and so you vote with Donald J. Trump. So I think like that's the thing with politics. I mean,
I was gonna say, I will say this, like you were saying, in this area, I didn't even vote last election. And I'll put that out there wholeheartedly. I didn't even vote in the last election. And honestly, we don't have to vote this election because we know in this area that people have fucking common sense and they're not going to vote for fucking... This isn't a battleground area. This is not a battleground area. People are going to vote for the right person. They're going to vote for fucking... unfortunately, I mean, yes, it's the lesser of two evils or whatever in this area. But you know, you're gonna vote for a fucking Joe Biden or whatever. You're not gonna vote for a fucking a Trump doing stupid shit or whatever the fuck out this joint and shit. It's just like when you get to like fucking Kansas City or fucking North Carolina or fucking Pennsylvania or some shit. That's when. That's why these niggas are out here campaigning in those certain areas and shit or whatever the fuck. You can guarantee your vote out here. You can guarantee somebody's gonna vote Democratic out this joint. As far as president is concerned in this area, you got who's our governor Andrew Oakland or something like that.
I don't know about that. You could any state could be swung a certain way, bro.
Oh yeah, everybody can be swung. Yeah, everybody can be swung. But we're talking about we're in a liberal area. I definitely agree.
That's what everybody says until the state turns red. You can't just say that.
That's my whole point. When you always say like we can guarantee like the people in our area, because like the same way like you would think that, and we can go back to the 2016 election, or we can go. I mean the 2016 election, we can go back to was it Detroit or Michigan?
Yeah, Michigan.
You thought. You thought, yeah, he's got Detroit on his bag. He got Detroit in his bag. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be so many black voters.
Well, that's always been a swing state, though. But that's always been a swing state. That's my whole point. That's my whole point. That has not been always a Democratic point or a Republican spot. Right?
Corey, you're saying it's a swing state, right? And being a swing state, you need everybody to turn out and vote. So when you have people that saying, man, shit, well, I ain't even gonna vote because it ain't gonna affect my community, or you know what I'm saying, my community is gonna vote X, Y, and Z this way, and then like literally in poll districts in the electoral college or however you want to break it down, you have people that didn't vote, and then all of a sudden like it breaks down, and I don't know if the numbers are truly accurate, but then you have like less than 100 people that didn't vote in a city, and they lose it. They lose the electoral college based off of that. And the same way with Miami, like you think people say like, oh, I'm going to vote, and it's based off of like, oh, we live in this city, we live in this area, and because people don't vote, you lose the electoral college. It's not like you lost the popular vote, you lost the electoral college, and the electoral based off of like the neighborhood cluster in which people did not go out and vote. And yes, it was a swing state or a battleground state, but each person is integral in the city. I mean, in the voting process, I guess.
Yeah, so you can't guarantee no state for real, man.
That's all I'm saying.
That's the thing, because people are gonna think, all right, this is the way everybody gonna lean, and then those people that thought that is gonna be the ones that fucked up, the vote. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I understand what y'all saying. I understand what y'all saying, but for Maryland, niggas know how to vote out here. Niggas know how to vote.
It hasn't always.
Black, whatever.
It hasn't always been that way.
It hasn't.
You gotta understand too. Listen, you gotta understand. You gotta understand the DMV aspect of it too, because everybody's interchangeable within the DMV. Virginia is not predominantly Democratic state, and people
don't vote for Virginia though.
That's what I'm saying. So people travel back and forth. Like, and I know a lot of people that are not Virginia natives, But they come to Maryland for 10 years or vice versa. So you never really know, man. You never know what it's going to be swung to.
And especially because, you know what I'm saying, if we have the narrative, and that's the only reason I keep like trying to push you on that, like, you know what I'm saying, guarantee like in our community or in this area we're gonna vote this way, is because we have a lot of people that are as Paul's saying, we have a lot of people that come from outside of this area and then they become just like we're seeing with like when they try to mute Go in DC. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have people that come outside and live here. And yes, you know what I'm saying? Like, we still make up the majority. But at the same time, if the majority of people, or if people in that majority aren't going out and voting, but the people in the minority are going out and voting, it could swing what we thought was a guaranteed win or guaranteed what have you.
I understand the urgency. I understand what you're talking about with the urgency anyway. But I'm just gonna say you cannot tell me with the interactions that you have with just regular people out there in our area, whether it be in Maryland, Virginia, DC, whatever. You cannot tell me that they're not leaning on our side anyway, or what you think would be a liberal side, as far as maybe if it's not a Biden or a Barack Obama presidency or whatever. You cannot tell me that the majority of people that you interact with anyway are not leaning on that side. You may find one or two that's on the outskirts.
Oh no! So this is my thing, and
I'm just talking about in our DMV area.
So this is my thing.
Not going to
this is my
as far as Virginia Beach or something.
So this is my thing. And I don't think a lot of people account for this. So I think you're right. I think everybody's perception is that everybody is will vote Democrat. But if you think about this area, if you think about PG County alone, the most richest black county in all of Maryland.
I want to say
listen. No,
it's the richest black county in one of at least top 3 in America.
Yeah, that too. But all of Maryland, I don't think everybody's voting for based on Democrat and Republican. I think a lot of people, especially people that got bank, that's making like 200, 300K, is bringing in 300K. They looking at taxes. They looking at how much they're going to get taxed for their businesses. They're looking at, you know what I'm saying, school. They're looking at all of that stuff. So I hear what you're saying, but I think this area, particularly Maryland, DC, Virginia, people making bank. And I think whatever affects their money is how they going to vote.
And then also,
they ain't going to tell you that.
I think Virginia will. I think Virginia, without a blink of an eye, will vote like that real quick. But I think it's different. And
they ain't going to tell you. But
yeah, they're definitely
whatever affects their money. That's how they go. I'm trying to.
Yeah, and that's too. Like also you got to think about it too. Like, yes, we're having this conversation now, but how often do you have the actual conversation of politics and, like, you know what I'm saying, who you're going to vote leading up to an election with other people?
Yeah.
And, like, we have those like fake ass. Once again, I don't know who these surveys and these polls are or tell you like who is winning or who's going to win. You know how they be like, Joe Biden's winning right now by 13%. It's like, who did y'all survey?
Right.
Yeah.
Who did y'all survey?
Yeah, I don't know. I never been surveyed. I don't know nobody who's been surveyed.
Right.
I don't know who's taking these polls at all.
Yeah, but my point is, like, you know what I'm saying, like, we don't have the conversations, or you don't. I've never had the conversation outside of, like, you know what I'm saying, within my inner circles of, like, you know what I'm saying, who I'm voting for. Outside, like, no, I've never had the conversation. So, like, people have their own, like, people might even say, like, outspoken, like, man, like, Trump is a bad guy or Joe Biden's a bad guy. But then when a poll day comes, they go and vote for whoever they said was the bad guy. And they never come back out and say, like, oh, I voted for the bad guy. They just, you know, their day-to-day life.
Yeah, that's true.
But I just want to say this. My whole point was just to say that, like, when I last time was 2016 and whatever, I was a Bernie Sanders fan or whatever. I was trying to vote for Bernie and shit, and he didn't make the shit or whatever. And when the shit came around for the primaries and all that, whatever the fuck, I was like, what the fuck do I need to go vote for Hillary for? I know everybody out here is gonna vote for Hillary because they're not about to fucking vote for Trump. And yes, everybody in fucking Maryland voted for. Well, there were a handful of niggas that voted for Trump, but the electoral votes for Maryland came for Hillary and shit. It's like, and that was my thing. Niggas need to recognize, like, people should recognize like where they're at. If it's a battleground type of state for electoral votes and shit like that. I think that's the main point of this. I wouldn't say that's the main point of voting, but that's a big thing that people should realize as far as not voting anyways. Like in my area, you can't say that fuck it, I'm just gonna stay at home or whatever. We know how niggas gonna vote up at this joint. But if you trying to make a motherfucking change, dog, like especially in like Florida or some shit, yeah, dog. Where all the fucking electoral votes is be at. Florida, California, where they got too many votes, electoral votes and shit. Yeah. Niggas need to show the fuck up. Show the fuck out. We already know how niggas is voting in Maryland.
Hey, don't you think either party can really hit somebody with a low blow and they really don't be doing it?
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, that's true. I don't think they really be doing it until like the end when they don't got no other.
What do you mean they don't be doing it?
Nah, like
because if you go ahead, man.
Real, like there's really like damning evidence on both sides.
Yeah,
really knock them out. Said race, but they don't do the shit. So like, what?
My question. Let me ask you. My question is, what do you mean by a low blow?
They make me raise the eyebrow. Like what type of game are they playing? Like if they don't really hit them, like because I know the low blows on both sides. Like why don't they hit them with that?
but my question is, what do you classify as a low blow?
Something that you could go to jail for.
Yeah.
They literally can be indicted today for some of the stuff they do, and I think that you're right, Randall. I think both sides know this, but I don't think they really play hardball until they like, oh shit, I'm losing like by 20.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
Did y'all not watch the debates this last night?
That wasn't low blows.
What you talking about?
That's common.
First off, Trump went on. Trump was definitely asking questions of why did. Was it Bo Biden or whatever the nigga's name is? Hunter. Why was he able to get however many meals from Russia and shit? Why was he able to get this money? And I'm like, why the fuck Joe Biden not talking hella shit about why are you hiding your taxes? Why was your son able to give a secret meeting with the fucking Russians and shit to get dirt on Hillary and all this other shit? I'm like, what the fuck? So what do you mean by low blows? I don't understand.
That's what I'm saying.
That's common.
That's common knowledge.
That's common-ish knowledge. He's talking about like lower shit, like actual shit.
It's like shit you could go to jail for today. Like he was literally, that was a jab. That was like, what about this? And what about that? And what about
he
that?
He definitely mentioned his taxes, but I think it got drowned out because Trump was talking over the shit. He definitely mentions his taxes. $750 for some taxes over how many years, my nigga?
Yeah, but that's
$750. $750. That's not even a G.
That's why I think all this shit is weird because like Bill Clinton got hemmed up for fucking with a floozy in the office, but these niggas are having like real crimes on the internet, on the news, and all that shit, and nothing happens. So that's why I be thinking all this shit fake.
It's a game, man. Have you ever seen House of Cards? You seen House of Cards?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that shit was dope.
Bruh, this shit is like the House of Cards, man.
I stopped watching it after that gay shit happened in that joint. I was like,
He was a real fun boy, and he was.
Yeah, I think he was.
No, he is like, and then
who? Kevin Spacey.
Kevin Spacey.
Oh yeah, he really, yeah, he one of them things.
So three out of the people. I think 3 out of 5 people that accuse him died.
I heard that. Yeah.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Come on,
I
man.
think Kevin Spacey a real gangster, bro. I hate to say it, but I think that about
Might be.
too.
Nah, but
Yeah, gay gangster.
He's
He a double G. He a double G.
a Clinton,
Not a triple G, but a double G.
a Clinton gangster.
Mm-hmm.
And he got connections, which is even worse because he could call people and get shit erased.
And that's another thing that you was talking about, Randall, pulling niggas' cars. I didn't hear nobody say that. That might come up in the next elections. I'm sorry, in the next debate or whatever. I ain't hear nobody say nothing about Epstein.
Right. I mean, that could be a low blow.
That's not even a low blow. That's a fucking killer.
But for who? But they
A
tried
fucking
to.
killer.
Remember they said Dan Snyder was connected to Epstein. What happened with that?
All right, but he owns a football team. But we talking about somebody that's the leader of the free world.
No,
that's a leader of the free world.
I'm talking about what happened with it.
Yeah, I understand that, but I'm talking about, dog. If Biden drops that fucking, we'll call it the fucking F-bomb, the F-bomb. If he drops that goddamn F-bomb, oh, what happened to fucking Jeffrey Epstein? You hanging out with this nigga? Or whatever shit in the fucking debates, dog. What is going to pop off?
If you don't, what does that mean? That mean he was in it too.
Hey, I'm gonna just say this real quick. Have you noticed? Have you realized that everything that revolves around Epstein seems to disappear? Like they don't talk about it no more.
Yeah, it's too much money. It's so much money going around. You ain't heard nothing about the prince over that joint in England and shit.
They bring it up real quick in the news, and then it just disappears.
Ghislaine Maxwell, and that was like the most like damning evidence.
I'm trying
Politician.
to tell you, bro. That shit is crazy.
There's too much money in it. There's too much money in it.
Remember that list we ran through? That list we ran through all the politicians with the shit. Like it's too many.
Niggas paying too much money. Too much money for it to be hushed. It's too much money for it to be hushed.
But at the same time, would y'all want to hear that shit at the debate? I mean, because even still,
yeah, I want to hear it. I want to hear it.
At the debate,
I want to hear good TV. I want to hear good TV.
Exactly. But you don't want to hear about policies. But at the 2016 debate,
no, they don't have no policies. They're not talking about. They're not talking about shit I want to hear about. Tell me they're telling. You let me.
Corey,
please
let that
tell
man
me
finish.
what policies. I'm sorry, I'm gonna let you finish, Linda. But what policies are they talking about other than fucking COVID and fucking healthcare? Other than those two, what they was talking for a whole hour and a half about shit that I don't want to hear about. That doesn't matter to me. You know what I'm saying? Please tell me. Please tell me.
He wasn't talking about the Steelers, so go ahead.
Exactly.
He wasn't talking about the Steelers.
Nah, I was just gonna say, like, you know what I'm saying, like, if a debate is filled with, like, because even there was remote, I mean, like, the last 2016, like, right before the election in 2016, you know what I'm saying, that was the Hillary, so I don't think the debate forum, sorry, I guess I'm just getting at, I don't think the debate forum is the right place for some of those.
Yeah, you're right. It's almost, like, untasteful, but I feel like the shit that they did yesterday was untasteful, too.
Yeah, facts.
Hold on, wait. Don't. Wasn't like Hillary and what's the old nigga? Help me out. What's the old nigga?
Kane?
Bernie Sanders.
Oh, Bernie
Sanders. Wasn't their debate catty as hell?
Yeah, I think that's what I told you earlier this year. I think the Democratic debate, the Democratic debate, or the National Convention, or whatever the fuck, like when they was trying to fight for the candidate. I think that whole shit was catty as shit. I was just gonna say about the 2016, like the grabbing them pussy and then the lock her up. That shit came out right before the election. The grab her by the pussy.
Yeah.
That was a low blow.
I'm on a little blow.
And that might have just like determined, like, all right, these niggas don't even care about the extracurricular activity. They just want to hear about policies. I know we're not hearing about policies, but they just want to hear about policies on some of these damn levels, because
That shit was funny. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's crazy.
We'll see. If my man dropped that F-bomb, we'll see. We shall see. He just said an atomic bomb on their ass. We'll see.
It's entertaining.
It is.
Because you seen he was pulling him in. He was like, "Oh, you lost the left side, or you need to be, or this is what the left wants to do, and all this other shit." That's what Trump was saying. This is what the left want to do, all this other shit, and that's your party. That's what you want to do, whatever. And my man out here, Joe Biden's like, "No, I'm the Democratic Party. This is my ticket, and whatever the fuck, and this is what I'm trying to do. This is what we're trying to do. This is why they." Voted for me and shit, whatever. This is what I'm trying to do. Some other shit. So, if this nigga drops that motherfucking F-bomb, as far as the Jeffrey Epstein shit, it's gonna be curtains. It's curtains. It's curtains. It's curtains.
Hey, did y'all see Trump $500 billion Black American plan?
Yeah, I saw
Oh Lord, what?
I looked at the whole thing.
What? $500 billion Black plan? What?
Black American plan.
What? What is this shit?
It's called Black. It's called Black Plan. That's literally called that.
Please educate me, please. Go on.
That's what Fox News called Trump $500 billion American plan designates KKK, Antifa, and terrorist organization. But also,
This was before the meeting yesterday.
You said what? What about KKK and what?
He designates them as terrorist organizations.
And Antifa and 2 others.
Oh well, thank you. How many years later? But all right, go with it.
The full also got like it's like a goofy ass PDF. Look like a amazing. But how they just gonna give money to the community? To how they gonna give
What community?
Small business loans to black people. Yeah.
Okay.
Is it really good for black people though?
Yeah, that's what it said.
You know the what was it? The small business loans that went out for the what was it? Whatever that fucking
the Corona jump.
Yeah, the PPP.
Yeah, those were small businesses, but the fucking Lakers was getting those. Fucking Josh Bellamy from the Jets was getting those and shit. So that's what I'm just saying. Is it really gonna go to black people?
The question is when is that supposed to take action? When is that supposed to go in?
It probably can't go into effect until
You got to vote for the dump. You got to vote for.
We got to vote them in first.
Ain't that the dirty game? That's the dirty game. It didn't say give black churches the ability to compete for federal resources for the community. Hey, that reminds me of one of the questions that was on I don't know who submitted that. We're talking about like homelessness, like in the country. Like, don't you think like these big churches should play a role in homelessness in the country?
Yeah, they should.
That tough.
But how much role should they play before the fucking government plays?
I'm saying they get all these tax cuts, and a matter of fact, they don't pay any taxes, and they have like the space in the mega churches. Like, shouldn't it be a place for rehabilitation?
I agree with that. But we pay how many fucking hundreds of billions for fucking the military and shit for fucking shit that we don't even want to use, for fucking goddamn nuclear arms that we don't even want to use, that we don't use, on how many years going on. I don't know how many fucking nukes we have that we don't fucking use and don't use.
I agree.
We don't want to use them motherfuckers.
Yeah,
but we're spending on this shit to it's like, come on, man. We can use this money for totally different shit. It's like, come on, man.
Who asked that?
I don't hear about the churches need to be stepping the fuck up. Come on, man.
No, for real, that's probably a B question.
That sounds like a B question. That's a great question.
That's probably a B question.
I definitely voted for that shit. Like, how do you resolve some shit like that? This is supposed to be the land of free, like the land of golden opportunities, and why so many homeless people?
Yeah,
I think
that makes no sense.
some of the reasons,
and a lot of them are fucking homeless veterans.
Yeah, that's a fact too.
It's like, what the fuck, man?
no. So it's two things to that, and I always do the two things. But the first thing is, I think churches should play a role in that, but at the same time, churches would have to have some extra resources because a lot of churches, if you think about it, and not necessarily with mega churches, but even the mega churches, you would have to pay somebody to actually watch the homeless people, or pay somebody to actually cater to them and throughout their entire experience while they're there.
But you just said, all right. If you just said, church we go to, right, cool. Like we need the funds. But when you say mega church, the pastors are riding around in fucking helicopters and Bentleys and shit like that. So like
Royce,
yeah,
Right.
they live in more.
Right, so that's what I'm saying. But at the same time, you still need the resources. So like, even though the churches, I mean, and the pastor,
they're the resource.
no, but the resources, the pastor or somebody has to, I mean, not necessarily pay for them, but somebody has to be able to support them. So even though the pastor might have all the money, or a pastor shouldn't have all, I'm not necessarily all the money, but the pastor has the resources and the support for himself. You know what I'm saying? Like, you actually have to have adequate support for a homeless person. And then with the homeless people, especially because Jen does a lot of stuff with like the homeless people. A lot of the time,
a lot of rehabilitation.
Yeah, no, I agree with the rehabilitation. That's what I'm just saying about the resources to actually allow them to do the correct opportunities for them. But sometimes with the homeless people, and this might play into that too, but sometimes with homeless people, they're homeless by choice. Like they could go to the shelters and they can have the shelters and everything. But at the same time, with shelters come restrictions and come like rules and regulations that they must follow. And so like actually being out like during the wintertime, like Jennifer is like the hypothermia season, they are literally like making sure that people can't be on the streets, but people rather be on the streets because if they're on the streets, they can go out and smoke, they can go out and drink and do whatever they want to, as opposed to in a homeless shelter, they can't, they're not supposed to. They're not supposed to be high, or they're not supposed to have any alcohol or outside influence. But if they're out on the streets, they can do and come as they please.
Yeah, I never looked at that in that perspective.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing with like homeless veterans too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like basically, you know what I'm saying? You've been on a strict ass schedule your entire life. And then now you actually get a little bit of freedom, or, you know what I'm saying? You had the opportunity now to not necessarily listen to anybody, go and come as you please and different things of that nature. And I know their lives are all, maybe to us, it might be messed up, but at the same time, they have some bit of freedom. And some people, don't get me wrong, I know a lot of people probably are not in that situation want to be, but some people are in that situation just based off of they would rather be on their own and following and abiding by their own rules as opposed to type of structure.
Yeah, I actually know somebody like that basically they don't want to participate in the system, so they pretty much don't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like straight up. You know what I'm saying? Like not even like, and literally it became homeless to the point where they, actually had to start, with it, yeah. So yeah, living in shelters and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Just staying in shelters overnight, all that shit.
That's
crazy.
So, yeah. That's the conversation I had with my cousin. Y'all know Ishmael or whatever the fuck. We had a conversation. It's like, it's basically some niggas. It's about your level of comfortability. Some niggas don't mind living on the streets, living in a fucking tent or whatever the fuck. Some niggas might want to live in a fucking apartment. Some niggas might want to live in a townhouse. Some niggas want to live in a fucking mansion or whatever. It's about your level of comfortability, what you're comfortable with living with for yourself, anyways. Yourself and your child or whatever the fuck. So I don't know, dog.
Yeah, but hey, Corey, at the same time, you can say that when people have the ambition, but some people just don't have the ambition, and they are literally drawing a short deck of cards. when you join a short deck of cards, you only can play what you can play with. So.
Yeah, but yeah.
I think
it's because none of us in this fucking shit came from no fucking silver spoon, dog. So yeah, but
I know that, but some people just don't have the wherewithal to like come up like that. So like in those positions, or even in other positions when people got like mental health issues, like you got.
Yeah, mental health issues is a totally different story. It's a totally different story. It's a totally different story.
Well, homelessness and mental health issues, I think that shit is correlated. You don't think so?
Absolutely. Like,
yeah, I would agree with that. That might be 90% of the shit.
I think that's like 90% of that shit. And I think there is a small percentage of people who actually choose to live that way, but most of them I think is mental health issues.
And then even still like actually with my job too, now I think about it, there's a lot of youth that are homeless as well, and some of the reason that youth go into the homeless system is because like they had a disagreement or their family structure is all fucked up and they don't want to live in the same house, and so they would either rather live on the street or find like a neighborhood housing that allows it to be what's it called. So it's a lot of different aspects.
Hey, Al, I don't know if this applied to you, but one of my other men, he started like coaching like youth basketball, and he ran into that shit a lot of times.
Yeah. You said he do what? He
like youth
basketball.
Youth basketball coaching, and he ran like niggas. Like you want them to do all this, and like they ain't even got like a home to go to.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's real.
And that was one of the sticking points too about like, you know what I'm saying, like why one of the reasons that they were trying to get that's why one of the reasons that schools was a safe space for some people, because it allowed people to get that only opportunity to get a real meal based off of
that's the best meal.
Yeah.
Meal. Yeah.
And one thing I could say, like during this Corona shit, like they were still giving out meals over the summer. Like, I don't know who organized that shit. That's one thing. At least, like, I don't know if it's a county thing or a Maryland thing. Around here, they were still giving out meals.
That's federal government.
All right, so yeah.
That's federal government. That's USDA. Yeah. They got DC too. Where you go to your school and then
still do it too, for real. If you ain't if you're not back to school yet, you can still do it.
Yeah, they go to. So my homegirl was actually just talking about like the neighborhood buses, the buses that actually supposed to come into your neighborhood. They literally come with the bag lunches and shit, and like basically go to the normal if it's a school day. And when they go to the bus stop, you literally can just go pick up your bag lunches or whatever.
What's in them bag lunches, though? What's in them bag lunches?
Don't matter, bro. It's a meal.
Yeah, exactly. It's better than nothing. And also, I think, and also even the other thing, just as far as a lot of those kids, and talking about mental health issues, like a lot of those kids live in households with parents, or not even just necessarily parents, but what you call guardians with mental health issues and misdiagnosed, like undiagnosed. You know what I'm saying? And a kid growing up thinking, oh, that's just mom, oh, that's just dad. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's just auntie, and she batshit crazy. And the kid is normalizing the child's mind, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then just going to school is the only way they can get through that shit. And that shit is some real shit. That goes on a lot, you know what I'm saying? So, it's the same shit though. And then I
got put on the front.
I also have. Oh, go ahead.
I said, and you got put on the front the whole time you're there, like everything okay.
Yep, and then you gotta go to school exactly and act like everything okay, and then that shit is real. A lot of kids go through that shit, and it also had me thinking about how like this COVID shit got a lot of kids who had the opportunity to get away out of that dysfunctional households they live in, and they can't, and they had to be around them fucked up parents and guardians or whoever they be around all day, every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, can't they no escape?
Yeah. Trump touched on that shit too. He was like and domestic violence and all that shit. People inside.
He said of the uprising divorce.
Yeah.
Too.
But it also helped them little niggas that was getting bullied because they weren't going to school with fucking Gucci on and whatever shit, whatever fuck, so you can stay home and sit in the fucking house.
Yeah, this shit is still
not
not. We can normalize not like human interaction.
Yeah.
I know,
Yeah.
man.
Temporary.
Shit is fucked up.
Yeah.
Another thing too, also with the mental health, and Marcus, you were talking about how like kids are seeing their parents in the house and then normalizing. Another thing is too, like how another thing is how sometimes like the parents are taking the kids to the doctors too soon for like normal whatever, and then they're like prescribing them with the ADHD and like diagnosing them with ADHD and all.
Dr. Umar, yeah, he'll put that shit.
Big pharma and all that, like they push that agenda. So the doctors are bought, and then if the doctors are bought, I mean the pharmaceuticals are paid for.
Yep. We got some drink.
Y'all with the older boys, Marcus, Randall, what you call him not in here no more? Brian. How y'all feel about that? Y'all seen that shit like firsthand, or
Seen what?
as far as like them trying to push it on the boys, on the black boys and shit, like them no fucking pills or whatever the fuck, as far as ADHD or whatever.
Yeah, they try to hit my son with that ADHD shit too. And,
nah.
But I what's it called? I pushed all that, like no drugs, like that's not even an option for me. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So like we do whatever we had to do, but yeah, nah, that's never been an option. You know what I'm saying? Shit, them fucking taking them vaccines when they was younger was enough right there. You know what I'm saying? So giving them pills, bro, like I can't even do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Vaccines was hard enough. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So.
And it's crazy because you don't take shit as adults, so you can't really relate the shit to like fucking your pride and joy.
Right.
This shit is crazy. Like, when the last time you had a shot?
Actually, well, maybe when I had a physical and shit, but they drew blood. Bro. That was different. They drew blood. They didn't shoot no shit in my body.
Man, like, when the last time you had a shot?
I did get one last year. One, cause of the baby. I forgot how many months he was born or whatever, but they make you get that shot or whatever to so you don't give him a cold or whatever the fuck it is.
I ain't never heard that. That's new.
No, it's some shit. I forgot what the fucking shot was or whatever. He got the shot and my wife got the shot and I had to get the shot and shit. I forgot the name of the shit.
Well,
I'm gonna let you know.
That sound new.
I'll let you know.
That just made me think like, yeah, have y'all? Well, okay, so it's like, all y'all got one kid, all y'all have one child, right? See, I got three, so it's different. But I don't know, bro. Like them going through them, like when my wife like had, actually going through the actual process of giving birth, that shit is like traumatizing a little bit, dog. Like that's a lot to go through. Like even from my perspective, even as the man, like that shit is a lot. You know what I'm saying? Even I
she
remember
did them all straight up, or any like what you call it, cesarean or nothing? None of that.
Yeah, she
sound like Joe
Biden. Yeah, she got one of them joints, bro. And like I actually two times in a row, I'm in the room and I'm actually like seeing like I heard them cut her open and like I can hear her, like skin separating while they, I can like bro, like that shit is traumatizing, dog. Like it is you see blood, you know what I'm saying, and then she under the she under the what's it called, like they got her like sedated or whatever. But but she actually cool. We having a full blown conversation while she, you know what I'm saying, they taking the baby out, and it's, you know what I'm saying, like that shit is a lot, dog. You know what I'm saying? Last time she got pregnant, I was like, again, we gotta go through this again. That's
trying to be cool about the shit.
Was you north of the border or south of the border?
What do you mean? Oh, I was north, of course, nigga. I'm behind. I was behind the screen, but I could still see. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like they was, like, doing their best to shield me. They wasn't thinking about my ass. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I still caught glimpses of shit, So you know,
Yeah, you can peek and shit.
I was trying my best not to see shit, but I still caught a couple glimpses. You know what I'm saying?
I was south of the border.
Oh, for real? Oh, you
He was down there.
Look
Nah,
at
I was. Yeah, nah, I wasn't even trying. I ain't want to have no parts of that. I want no parts of that.
Why? Like what? By choice? By choice?
Yeah, by choice. At first, I promise you. At first, I thought I was gonna be north of the border. At first, I was north of the border the entire way. Like I'm talking about like if AJ was born, like I'm talking about until like 5:30, I was north of the border. I was thinking I was gonna be north of the border. Like no way, I'm gonna be south of the border. And then like I don't know, the moment hit, and I was just like, all right, well, I'll go south of the border. And I look just like everybody. I mean, with the doctor.
Well, so you had a natural joint. You had a natural birth.
Oh, she didn't have a C-section.
No.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's what I was
in the
thinking. I was
natural birth.
like, damn, like you a different kind of nigga, dog.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
That's what I thought.
we had the C-section on the head.
I was north because she had the C-section. I was north because she had a C-section, bro. So that's like a whole different shit. Yeah, that's that. I was like, I ain't trying to see, but I still caught glimpses. I wasn't. I still saw that shit. Yeah. But I don't know. I was just thinking because I was like, does anybody ever like that's a lot to go through, dog. Even for like the man too. I mean, obviously it's nothing compared to the women. It's not a breeze, dog. Like it is a lot. Yeah. If you think so, you think so?
Because we had a C-section too though, Marcus. I was like, I was just like just trying to find stupid shit to talk about or whatever, just like to keep her mind off the shit or whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just not even, and honestly, I don't even think it was just to keep her mind off the shit. It was just to keep my fucking mind off of what was going on. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, it's like, I was like, dog. And then my little homie popped out, and I was like, oh shit.
You know, the craziest part is like right now, I can't even imagine like Jen would be pregnant right now and like actually having to go and deliver a baby because like so the guy can't even go to the actual the ultrasound. I mean, like the actual daily checkups before the pregnancy. Like you can't go to the she has to go by herself. And then two, like also like in the event, I mean, with the baby, and like even as you think about like when the baby's first born in the hospital, like right now, you actually have to be away from your child for however long, and then like you still can't go. Like she'll be in the hospital by herself. Like that shit is probably crazy as fuck right now. Yeah.
Bro, what do they do with your child when they take your child away? Like for that,
right.
First few, nobody knows. What do they really do? Huh?
And nobody.
They go and give them that chip.
Oh, okay.
What you were saying, Randall? I hear you.
No, you just be like, okay, I guess. You just
is this right?
I feel like that's what you're supposed to do. Because it's like you feel like that's what you're supposed to do. So it's like you give them your child, and then it's like, okay, what are they doing with my child then?
What?
We'll be right back.
Yeah, like, nobody knows. I've never heard anybody say exactly what happens.
Of course, they're
giving them the chip. They're giving them the chip,
dog. Ain't no chip yet.
It's here. It's been here, dog.
But yeah, a lot of people have been talking about that chip for a long time. And I think it's like finally coming. So when that shit do happen, like what are they gonna say? Like I guess I right, sometimes.
They gonna say we giving this nigga the chip. What you gonna do?
Everybody got chips. These are chips. These phones.
These are chips. Our credit cards are chips.
But I'm saying these phones got the credit.
We putting it in you. We putting it in you.
Whoa! Jesus Christ! Put it in. Jesus Christ, Corey.
Straight up though.
What happened?
They put it in you. And if you know better, do better. Go ahead and get your off them real shit. If you know better, do better. Go ahead and get your 5G. What you call it? The stocks. Get you some 5G stocks. It's gonna be out here. It's gonna be out here. Everybody gonna get that shit.
Y'all know I got like this compilation coming out like every time we say pause. And then,
Oh yeah.
Corey,
I'm pretty sure I'm 100% one of them.
you got a separate compilation coming out.
Oh yeah.
CMO compilation.
Get me out. Get me out.
The end of the year, I'm gonna drop that shit. The CMO compilation.
Get me out here.
Oh shit, it's this nigga Matt's birthday.
Matt.
Yeah.
Matt is hilarious.
It's his birthday.
When today?
October 1.
Oh, it's the first already? Yeah, it is, huh? Forgot. It's 30 days in September. Yep.
Birthday's
Randall next, and I'm after that.
Birthday's about to change.
Alex.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all think about doing anything?
Hell no.
Right. It's like, fuck, man.
I've been thinking about something. I've been actually thinking about paintballing.
For real?
That sounds fun.
Yeah.
That sounds fun. Did y'all know they had a paintball over there by Six Flags?
What?
I ride by that joint. I've been seeing that joint.
I fuck with the joint we did in Virginia though. That shit was like.
Was that Virginia or like Waldorf-ish?
No, Virginia.
Okay. I remember it was all of us. It was deep, and I remember that shit.
I wasn't there. I want to go to the next paintball.
That shit had like 5 courses, didn't it?
Yeah.
I fucked with that.
I looked at it. Yeah. I'm gonna look into it. I still haven't made up my mind yet, just because I don't know how this shit gonna work out. But
y'all had to bring your own shit, or
they give you everything. But at the same time, I don't know how. I mean, so the ones I looked up, like, because even in Central Avenue jump, and then like the another jump in Waldorf, like they have all the stuff that you can rent there. But I don't know how that works now with COVID and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But what the course looked like? The John Virginia had all them courses.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly didn't even look at the courses. I looked at the prices, and I looked at like if you could set up and actually like book a birthday party.
That John had zombie apocalypse.
They had Central Avenue. I think Central Avenue has that.
Okay.
I believe Central Avenue has something like that. If not, they have it. It said it's coming soon.
That's Jonas's Six Flags.
I don't know exactly where it is. I just know it says Central Avenue, so I wouldn't be surprised if it is.
Yeah, it's got to be right there. Cause it's right there, dog. Literally right there, right before you get to the Six Flags. It's a little cut where like the police be sitting there and shit.
It's like Batman with that light.
Yeah. I am. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna be mad if we all did the Top Golf joint though. If they bring it, if that shit is still open.
Top Golf
is fun.
It's open.
That'd be a good place.
Like every joint I pass is open.
That would be a good place to do the hoodie exchange.
Oh yeah, with Top Golf, let's do that then. That's, which one y'all want to go to though?
The Oxon Hill jump.
Yeah.
You know they got one in Germantown.
Oh shit. Germantown. God damn.
Hey, I was just saying, it's new.
God damn.
I'm just saying, it's new though. That joint just opened like a couple months ago.
You must be out there, dog. You must be. That shit must be 15 minutes away from your ass, dog. God damn. Germantown.
Shit.
I have always known like Germantown to be like a fucking minute away from me, dog. Always. No matter where I lived in PG County, dog. It's always been a minute, dog.
Hey.
God.
It's like 45 minutes from all that shit, everything out there.
Hey, once you start like work, like nothing don't seem like too far, but at the same time, like I wouldn't want. You know how people always want to be like, I'm ready to move out of this place. Like I love home. I love this area. I love the DMV.
Yep. Yeah.
It's so diverse and so unique. I love the DMV.
I agree. That's why the only place I move to after this is Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
I don't think I can like move away. I would have like a vacation home, yeah, but I can never move away. I love DMV.
Yeah, I feel the same way you do. I've actually thought about that before, and I feel the same exact way. Like relocating, like in a whole different like area.
Yeah.
I,
Everybody like, I
I
want.
don't know.
It's
Because
no,
even when I go out of
it's,
when I go out of town, I don't be feeling like this is home. You know what I'm saying? I don't get a home vibe. I don't get like I could settle here. This could be home. Like you know what
Out
I'm
of
saying?
town,
They don't ever feel
like
like
out of
yeah.
town.
even if it's not even just about like going to the hotel and like living, going like even if you go to like stay with a friend or something somewhere just and you like right in the neighborhood and it still don't feel the same. Like it's
Right.
just I don't know. It's a different. I don't even know how to explain it, and I'm sure people probably feel that way. That I guess from wherever they from, but I don't know, bro. Like I like.
That's
I'm,
what
I feel like this is like the. It's like not too hot, not too cold. It's like it's just right. You know what I'm saying? It's like got everything you need. You know?
yeah.
And I
I'm
enjoy
gonna
it.
say that everybody else feels the same way, but I would say that like this is the only place, literally the only place that you will see other black people doing good out here, doing well for themselves. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you can do that in too many other states or other cities. You know what I'm saying? You can see black people doing well out
Atlanta
there.
probably got
Straight up.
I think
Black
Atlanta
Hollywood.
that's saying. Like everybody want to move to Atlanta. Everybody wants to move to Florida. Everybody wants to move to California or New York. But
Come
like
to the DMV, baby.
I'm saying, like
I wouldn't want to live in Miami. I wouldn't want to live in
saying, like it would take the luster away. Like if you lived in Miami, it wouldn't take that, that the feeling of, if you go out of town on certain occasions, like like this is the best area for real.
Even for me, like I appreciate all the seasons we have. Like this might be an unpopular opinion, but I appreciate all the seasons we have. Even like when it's cold as shit, and like even like the cold, and then also like the summer season where it's hot as shit. I appreciate all that shit. Like, cause if we didn't have the snow or shit, like I don't know what I would do. But at the same time, like if we did have, if we did have snow all day and every night, like in Minnesota and shit, I probably hate the shit out of. Okay.
Hey Al, the older you get, don't you like hate the snow more and more?
Yep,
I
I
hate
agree. I do.
We don't got no snow days at work, nigga. No,
nigga.
no
If,
snow
if,
days.
if I see snow, nigga, like I'm ready to like fight a little bit.
Nah, I don't. I don't. I enjoy the snow still.
Mm-hmm.
Also, no. Luckily, I guess I'm fortunate enough right now where if it do snow, either my office will close or I'm working from home. I worry about that shit, but
I hate the snow.
that might be a benefit for me. But
Yeah.
I don't really got no problem with snow.
Niggas gotta go to work.
Snow
I
be
think,
like one day, cause like the day it start like melting and it get all over your car and the white shit on your car. Snow is some bullshit.
Yeah. Niggas just trying to chill out here.
I don't know. I feel like I heard y'all talking a little bit about the weather.
Damn, nigga, where you come from, nigga?
I don't know. So like,
Oh no,
y'all don't ever think like, you know what I'm saying? Like when it's winter months, like shit just slow down and like you ain't that productive and like, you know what I'm saying? Like you ain't outside, you ain't doing what you really want to. You can't really go to the gym. You don't feel like that. Like I feel like that a lot about the wintertime. And I feel like Bama's and Cali and Florida got like advantages where they could do shit like all year long.
I never thought about that.
But Paul, you can slow down though. Like you slow down, you can read a book, you can watch like a series or something. Like you can expand your mind during those.
Yeah, but that's underrated. That's for like that's like when you a billionaire, you could do that shit. I don't know.
I
I
don't know.
don't have time. I don't have time.
Oh no, I be feeling like sometimes them winter months be like really dragging. I don't know. I think it has effect on my mental too. Like I fuck with the winter and the occasional weather change, but I don't think that shit lasts sometimes like 4.5, 5 months, man. That's a lot of time out of the year.
Yeah.
Where
we only
I
have
could be
3
looking
months.
at sunlight. Like I could be looking at the fucking beach. Shit.
We only have 3 months of summer, dog. The rest of the year is cold. It's fucking cold, dog.
I don't like that shit.
June, July, and August, dog. That's it. That's all we got. That's all we got. It's 12 months, dog.
Get all the seasons
June,
though.
July, and August, dog. Ginger
but
ale.
what you talking about? Because like in Seattle, like they got both like cases of like depression and shit, and it's always raining. So.
Oh yeah, because this shit is year round, dog. Because this shit is always cold and rainy and shit. Oh my god.
Oh yeah. So
I
you
can't
talked
deal
about
with it.
Seattle. They said it's a lot of depression and suicides in Seattle. I think they got the highest rate of suicides just because it's so damn gloomy.
They got a booming homeless population out there too.
Yeah, but and so it's weird though too because I think Seattle is like their real estate is booming like shit because of they got a lot of like scenery and like wildlife and stuff like that. But it's almost like you know how London and Paris is like gloomy like 6 months out of the year. I think that's how Seattle is too.
Nah, Seattle is worse. Seattle was worse.
Hey, they got that good seafood though. So like, how y'all that sad? What? Like,
huh?
They got that good seafood.
That's seafood.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the Pacific
Right
Northwest.
place.
That amazing seafood.
Yeah.
They got that coffee too. They got that Starbucks.
And
hey, you know, it's funny. Like if you go to a Starbucks,
they have fires going on out there right now.
Yeah,
yeah.
Super touchy at you.
What you say?
If you go to Starbucks out there, they almost look at you funny. They'd rather you go to like the mom and pop coffee shops out there. At least that's what I was told when I went to a conference out there. I don't drink coffee, so I don't know. But
I heard that the Starbucks over there is like so strong and is highly concentrated because that's where everything originates.
Mm-hmm.
I heard that like you can literally get one of them shots and it'd be like a whole cup of coffee. But I don't know. That's what I heard. I ain't never been to Seattle, so I don't know.
The strongest coffee I had was like some Ethiopian coffee. That shit felt like I was on.
Man, I went to Doral. I went to Doral in Florida and in the Cuban area and got some espresso shots. Bro, I couldn't go to sleep that night. I don't know what the hell was in it.
You were about to say the strongest shit I had was some Spanish shit.
Man, I want to try that Cuban espresso shit. Oh my gosh. They tried to warn everybody in line too. The line was wrapped around the block, and I was like, all right, let me get in line because I had this big ass conference meeting, and bro, I could not sleep that night. That shit was strong. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that Ethiopian coffee be bomb too, bro. I had an opportunity. I was in Ethiopia for about 2 weeks, man. That shit was love, bro. I ain't never tell y'all about that, but that shit was love. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
All over.
Man, they treat you so special, bro. Like it's crazy, bro. Like this one guy, he drove me around the entire day and took me to like all of the sites and took me to, the hot spots and stuff. And he asked me for $6 for the entire day. I was like, bruh, I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? I gotta give you a little more than that. So I think I ended up giving him like $35, $40, and he was so happy.
Yeah. He thought you was home, dog. He thought you was home. I swear to God, when I first met Paul, I was like, dog, this nigga's Ethiopian or Eritrean something, dog. I swear to God, I thought you were, dog. I thought you were.
I get that. I get that a lot because I think a lot of people don't understand the Native American features as well. So
yeah,
I don't blame people for thinking that. And I think Ethiopians are beautiful people, bro. Huh?
We're about to take us through a rabbit hole.
Yeah, I think Ethiopians are beautiful people, man. Like I was making sure that I didn't have any of my lineage, but I don't think some of these tests and stuff are like 100% accurate. So I wouldn't be surprised if it was down, somewhere.
One nigga at work told me like, what's up with like 23andme.com, and they tell you like, at the end of the day, they tell you like everybody's African because why? Because like everybody is African. Like even white people got like 1% African and shit in them. Like shit, when you do the 23.
I go back to my man P Shack, and as far as the Native American shit, where your folks from, man? As far as like the Native American side.
it's Cherokee and Blackfoot. It's Arizona, Wyoming, and actually parts of Maryland too.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I'm in like pictures with my Native American.
Say it again.
I said I'm like, as a baby, I'm in pictures with my Native American grandmother, great grandmother,
Yeah, that's
Great,
cool,
great.
man. My great grandma was holding me. Her hair, she had the two braids. Her hair was all the way down to her knees.
Okay.
And she had, it's crazy because she actually had all white hair and it was braided up. She was like some type of leader in the Blackfoot clan. So
Let me ask this, P-Shack. Have question is like as far as like Native American stuff going on. Do you think that I don't know if you want to say black people or whatever, but do you think there were Africans or black people anyway in the Americas before like the whole slave trade and everything?
Or you be asking questions and answering your own questions.
That's the same question that he just brought up.
I'm asking a question.
No, but you answer your question.
I didn't answer my question.
Yes, you did.
How did I answer my question?
Like, do you
say
think?
it again.
Do you think that Native?
I'm asking somebody who literally has a footprint out here, who literally knows his lineage out here or whatever. I'm asking him if he knows or has heard of that black people were out here. Black people, brown people were out here before the Christopher Columbuses and all that shit or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Can he speak on that anyway?
We be out here.
Yeah, well, I'll just tell you what I know and and what some of the people, especially the elders, the Native American, it's all Blackfoot because I haven't really spoke to my Cherokee side other than my great grandpas. But yeah, so this is from what they say. It is commingled. Everything is commingled. You know what I mean? Like even in the 1800s, it was blacks, it was Indians, it was Native Americans, and whites were in the mix too because they always kind of I don't know. They always kind of involved themselves in everybody else's culture. So it was always like it was always like some type of mix, even if it was just Native American tribe. It wasn't like solely 100% natural from what I gathered. Only before like the 1800s it was like like everything was like pure from what I gathered, but I don't know. I just it's some things that I've heard, stories I've heard. Of course, you get the tales and what happened and what the culture was. So that's pretty much all I know, man. I think everything's intertwined, just like we were talking about with Africa. Because everybody comes from color, man. This is like like even in the Bible, everything that happened was in in the desert, and you don't it also talks about in the desert, and it says with dreadlocks, and so like I don't know if y'all know a lot of white people with dreadlocks that live in the desert, but yeah.
But it's funny though, because even if you like go through time, just like even logically, if you have people who travel from seas to seas and meet other groups of people, and they have wars, and then the men conquer you know what I'm saying, the other men, and then they take the woman, then that's a new race. That's a new group of people that didn't exist before because you had two different people from two different parts of the world. Then that group of people does the same thing. So if you go through human history, men have always conquered other men and have taken a woman from day one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So imagine all the co-mingling that's been going on for ages. You know what I'm saying? So like now, even now to this day, like you were just saying, Paul, even back to this day, the people who we are today probably don't even look, or I ain't gonna say don't look like, but we're not the same as maybe those who was maybe existed before the slave trade. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like we might have looked completely different, but the slave trade came. Now we mixing with all different groups of people. You see what I'm saying? So you can almost say the so-called black people is a new race. You know what I'm saying? It's not before the slave trade. Was no such thing. I mean, for real, there was no such thing as black until what, like 60 years ago or some shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's like some new shit for real. So if you think about it, and also if you pay attention, like most people, they identify with the land that they come from. So like you said, they'll say I'm Ethiopian. You know what I'm saying? I'm German or some shit like that. So you know, if you was part of that slave trade, you obviously, that's probably the symbolism of what being black. You can actually say that the descendants of the slave trade is a new race and should actually call themselves something. You know what I'm saying? Instead of black, should actually like come up with a new name and a new way of identifying themselves, because it really is a new race if you really think about that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I totally agree. That's what I've been saying for fucking like so long, man. Like you right. And so if you look at like Aborigines and like people you know, in islands, you know, or even rainforests and stuff like that, people from different tribes that do not kind of migrate to civilization, you can see how detailed their facial structures are, and like, you know, how significant like a family member looks exactly like the other family member, and how the whole tribe kind of looks, you know, has the same look. And that's because of what, like how you said, it's so many like mixes with us right now because of generations and generations and generations of mixing. But if you actually look at how some tribes, and I don't know if y'all saw that movie that Mel Gibson made. What is that joint called? That shit was tough.
Patriot.
Nah, the joint with the tribes.
Apocalypso?
Apocalypto, yes. That shit is so vicious. But you can kind of see how the facial structure and you know of each tribe is particular to how they look. And so like that's all I was pretty much just trying to say, you know, people that don't touch civilization, like Marcus said, they're not really tainted by all of the mixes and this and that, and you know, it's not a bad thing. I'm just saying, you know, touching on how like some people, some tribes like literally keep it in there.
But think about this, right? It would make so much funny. I mean, I say make so much funny. Make so much sense. Like this all hypothetical. Like let's say like when they say like you know, we're the lost tribe or whatever like that. You know what I'm saying? Or we're the Hebrews or whatever. Let's just say that. Like, can you imagine like even when they say they forgot their land and you know all this other stuff and forgot where they came from, came through us going through the slave trade and mixing with all these races, and we forgot, you know, our culture through mixing with all these different, you know what I'm saying? Like who we were before the slave trade. Like now, because we've been mixing with all these different cultures, it's like you identify with so many different things. Now some of us deal with being Native American. Some of us deal with being American. Some of us claim, you know what I'm saying, American. It's like, but who were you before the slave trade? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And even within that, because even within that, the Hebrews were in bondage for forever. It wasn't like they was ever free. So even when they were in Africa, they were in bondage. So and what happens, a slave was already a slave before the slaves were already slaves before they were sent to the Americans. You know what I'm saying? They were already prisoners of war. You know what I'm saying? So they sold, these niggas was already property. They got sold off. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Like, how you not know that these niggas was not the same people as the people who sold them off? You know what I'm saying? So they, even within that situation, so it's easy to not know who you were before all that shit.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Yep.
When I would just say, as far as Paul, anyway, it's like please do some more research on your folks, man, because it's like I am a fucking conspiracy theorist anyway. And I be on YouTube hard, dog. I be on YouTube hard, dog. And it be
faking shit.
I mean, no. Well, listen, I be seeing things.
Like, I think that's just, it makes sense. Like, it makes total.
No. Listen. Though, listen. I be saying things that be talking about. It's talking about African Americans. It's a segment on YouTube that says African Americans are not African. That's specifically the actual title of the shit. African Americans are not Africans, or whatever. There are,
nigga, that's what
we have my man right here, Paul, talking about. He knows his lineage anyway, as far as we're concerned. Like I said,
we're putting the pieces together.
I thought he was Ethiopian or whatever, and he's like, no, that's not the case at all. You know what I'm saying? That's not the case at all. I'm Native American. I know my shit. I know my grandmother and all that shit, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I think we all owe ourselves or our lineage anyway to do some research out this joint. And fuck is really, really Gucci out this joint. Because if anyway, just to the point of there are niggas making videos talking about African Americans aren't African. You know what I'm saying?
What was the preface behind
the whole presence of the shit was African Americans aren't African, is that they're actually from here. They're actually from here. This is their homeland. You know what I'm saying? They're native to America and shit.
Mm.
And like yourself, Paul. Anyway, like yourself, you're native here. This is your shit, dog. This is your shit. And you have white folks. You have white folks out here running to be president and shit or whatever the fuck out this joint. You need to have your own casino out this joint. You know what I'm saying?
They need to have a Native American as president. But also, Corey, to your point, Ethiopians and Eritreans were not. They weren't taken to America. They actually they rebelled.
No.
So
that was like one.
Yeah.
They
wouldn't be considered. You know what I'm saying?
They're actually not the same.
Yeah.
No, they are the same. They're brothers. They're cousins or whatever the fuck. They're literally right across from each other.
I mean, I know. I mean, that's like I said. That's like saying a German and an Italian is cousins or
I
like that, or fucking.
Niggas are literally right.
They on the same continent. You know what I'm saying? They on the same continent. You group Africans together because they on the same continent.
Yeah.
So you saying they all the same.
But these niggas literally split the fucking shit in half. And that I'm married.
You just say that. Portugal, what is that? Portugal is next to what? I don't know. I'm just thinking of, but I know that they speak different languages, and them niggas is bordering another fucking country in Europe.
Yeah,
they both get. Hey, I'm gonna say, yeah, they go. Eritreans and Ethiopians gonna be mad. They both got big ass head.
Nigerian or something like that. The ones who come from Africa, they say that are Nigerian or have come from West Africa. And they don't speak the same language of the same culture as the Eritreans or Ethiopians.
Yeah.
So those are two completely.
Yeah. I think. Go ahead, Marcus.
I mean, that was it.
Yeah. So it's a lot. I think we don't think about the continent of Africa the way we thinking about other countries, because if you think about the continent of Africa, there's multiple countries within that. you know. And then when you're looking at like Morocco and places where like French Montana is from, they don't look nothing like, you know what I'm saying, like East Africans or Nigerians, you know what I'm saying? So it's definitely an entirely different, you know what I'm saying, like
What?
culture. It's an entirely different, some of them entirely different language. Some of them have entirely different hair texture. You know what I'm saying? So it's not I don't think you can group everybody in Africa as saying this is one African culture. Like,
and within those countries, you have different tribes within those countries. So you have one continent, you got different countries, people of different.
Yeah, the Aborigines of the
within those countries. You have different tribes, so it's like, you know.
Yeah.
I guess that's a human thing. We like to just divide ourselves into a lot of different subgroups and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't, it's like, all right, first is like, you know, this tribe don't like this tribe now. You don't like this country now. You don't like this continent. Like, that's just how humans are, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny how I wouldn't say it's funny, but I think it's interesting how Malcolm X traveled you know, overseas just so he can see different cultures and he can see, you know, like Muslims and everybody coming together and how they pray and stuff like that. I think he had a whole different outlook on life when he left that place. You know what I'm saying? Because everything is not the same when you're in the United States. You know what I'm saying? It's like you look at things holistically rather than just saying, oh, we in Maryland, and if you look like this, then you got to fit into this category. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Nelson Mandela said that same shit too. I think like they was talking about Nelson Mandela, and they were like, Nelson Mandela, you're friends with Fidel Castro, or not friends. You're close with Fidel Castro and some other people. He was like, your enemies are not my enemies.
Yup.
On my face.
Real shit.
Yeah. That's tough though. That's tough. Some tough shit to do. You're a leader of a whatever you're a leader of. The niggas fuck with you. You're a leader of something for motherfuckers to come in and interview your ass anyway. You're a leader of something. It don't matter what it is, whether it's a country or whatever the fuck. You're a leader of something for niggas to come interview your ass for that shit. And it's like, dog, your enemies are not my enemies, dog. I don't have no time for this shit right now, dog. I don't have no time for this shit. I don't think I could do that, though. I don't think I could do that. I might have to say some dumb shit. I might have to say some shit. Get the fuck on my face or some shit.
Yeah, Corey, we got talk about your Puerto Rican heritage, man. I want to know a little bit more about that, because I know that y'all connected too to you know, the Latina culture and pretty much like it's different aspects of the Puerto Rican culture too, man, that I don't really know about. So I'm trying to learn from you.
Like what? What? You trying to move out there?
I'm just trying to know a little bit more about the culture. You know what I'm saying? You my representative.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
I'm trying to get you from out there joint, dog.
Yeah, I'm definitely trying to buy something down there though soon.
Yeah, man. That's let me know, dog.
Are you Puerto Rican?
Huh? Yeah.
Really Puerto Rican? I had no idea.
Yeah, dog. We everything over here, dog. I'm a mutt. I'm a mutt, dog. I'm a mutt. I'm a straight up mutt.
So you Puerto Rican and black, right?
And what the fuck? I did the what you call it? The what the fuck was the shit called? Was it 23andMe?
Yeah.
I did something. I did the 23andMe, and I'm fucking Irish, and I'm fucking West African.
Wow.
I'm fucking fucking Italian
Nigerian, nigga.
and fucking and some other shit, dog. I'm a fucking and I think Portuguese is in there too.
Wow. Yeah,
I'm a fucking
Italian was
I'm a
in mine
fucking
too.
Yeah, I'm a fucking mutt. Honestly, I'm a fucking mutt. I can't. I'm a fucking mutt. I'm actually more. I'm little with my light skin ass. I'm fucking. I think my most shit was fucking West African. I think that was my most part. I think it was like
Wow.
40 something, 30 or 40 fucking percent. Fucking West African or some shit like that. I was like, God damn.
Hey, bro,
That's
that's it. I'm just
my
telling you
daddy.
right now.
That's my daddy.
I'm telling you right now that should have changed your life. If you go to West Africa and just stay down there, you know what I'm saying, for a week or two. I mean, y'all know you already did Puerto Rico, but if you just stay down there, bro, you just feel it feel different, man.
I've been wanting to go to Africa, dog. I've been wanting to go to Africa. My first spot in Africa I want to go to is Egypt. That's my first spot I want to go to. My first spot I want to go. I got to see the motherfucking temples and shit.
I'm supposed to go to Sierra Leone next year.
After that, I want to go to the Zanzibar. I want to see the Zanzibar. Trying to go to that white ocean, that white sand beach.
I was supposed to go to Sierra Leone next year. I don't know if it's still gonna play out, but I'm supposed to go to Sierra Leone next year.
Oh shit! Blood diamonds. Let's go.
You know anybody down there, or just you and the family member?
My boy Madu is going. He wants to go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's where he's from, and that's where. So he was like, he wanted to go. He be doing like little mission trips. He got like he built a school and everything over there. So, yeah, he said for his 40th. So
that's what's up.
So in March before COVID hit. So I don't know exactly if he's still fucking with.
Yeah, I know how that is.